Do you not realize that it hurts me when I see it go? Do you not realize that it hurts me when I see it go? Back with another video. In today's video, we're covering Tory Lanez Hurts Me. Now to start off, I'm not the best singer and I don't sound like Tory Lanez, but I do think it sounds as close as possible to the original as I could possibly get it. So to start off, let's compare the original to mine. So first I'm gonna play the original. Right? So then now let's listen to mine. Do you not realize that it hurts me when I see it go? 'Cause you had a time of your life only when I'm not around. So in my opinion, it sounds very close. And of course, I don't have the same vocal and I don't have the same singing ability as Tory, but I do think it sounds close enough. And if you have a better singing voice or you sound more like Tory, then you could probably get it to sound closer than I could, right? So how did I get the sound? So first things first, when you're performing the song, you need to sound like Tory. You can't be whispering, you can't be missing your notes. You kind of really have to practice and hit the notes correctly like Tory did. I recorded this on a Slate ML1 in my closet like last night. I didn't really spend too much time on it, but this is what I came up with. And for you guys who are recording yourselves, make sure you record in an acoustically treated room or treat your closet and record in your closet, because the last thing you want is a muddy recording, a trash recording. You want the best of the best. So to dive into the vocal chain, I'm gonna have this vocal chain all on the all on my website, but to do a brief overview, this is how I got the sound. So a big thing is the master. I have a master, just an L1, and then another thing is I'm using this doubler, and then I'm also using an RVox to take it down some, because regular is a little bit too much. And I'll show you guys what it sounds like without it. Do you not realize that it hurts me when I see it go? 'Cause you had a time of your life only when I'm not around. So as you can hear, if I don't have that RVox, it sounds too much. And you don't want it to sound too much. You want it to sound cohesive and kind of like that 80s feel. So another thing is, before you guys even start recording, make sure you detect the tempo. So here's the instrumental, and you want to detect the tempo and get it correct so you're not out of time. And then the next thing you want to do is probably take down the beat some. So this beat, I took down to 7.8 decibels. And then I also went on the slot right here, my beat slot, and I took it down negative 3.7 decibels. So it's hitting at... do you not realize that it hurts me? Yeah, so it's hitting around like negative 15, between negative 12 decibels, because you want your vocal to have room to sit on top of it or sit with it. If it's too loud, it's going to be hard to get it to sound cohesive. And if it's too quiet, then you're going to have to do a lot more than you need to do. So make sure you turn down your beat. And then the next thing is you want to get the correct key. The correct key is the biggest thing, because if you don't have the correct key, it's going to sound off. And when I first recorded it, I put on auto key. And then, it was giving me different keys. So sometimes you may have to do it a couple times and, take it off and then put it back on. giving me the correct key. So that's something you might have to do a couple of times. I've had to do it plenty of times. But yeah, that's the correct key. And the first thing I did was, of course, you want to get the tuning right. So I put on auto tune, G sharp minor, retune speed at 7, humanizer at 8, and I'm using alto tenor. Originally, I had it at soprano, but I kind of like alto tenor. But either one works. It just depends on your voice. Don't mind this slot. This slot is because I'm using the Slate M01. So it's a mic emulation mic, and I'm emulating a Sony 800, C800, and then I'm using a 1073 emulation. Right. So the next thing is a noise suppressor, the NS1. Just take out the room noise. My room was pretty quiet. I mean, my closet was pretty quiet, so I didn't really need too much of it. The next thing is the EQ. Right. I'm just taking out the bad frequencies. Cutting a little bit of the lows of the 153, boosting up some highs, regular stuff, and then doing some compression, pretty heavy compression in my opinion, because you want it to sound pretty leveled and even throughout the whole song, and because we're singing with a lot of dynamics, so you don't want it to sound all over the place. Next thing was the SSL. I think I'm just cleaning it up a little bit, maybe taking out the lows a little bit more. But yeah, and then the next couple of things are just the regular stuff. But the biggest thing is the C6. Controls a lot of those frequencies that were too present. So we can do before and after right now. Do you not realize that it hurts me? That's before, and let's do it after. Do you not realize that it hurts me when I see it go? So if you have some studio headphones, you could probably hear the difference. And basically all it did was just control those frequencies that were too present and didn't really sound like the original. So like I said, the biggest thing was just the doubler. This is what's giving you that sound that Tory Lanez had it in his original sound. So if you listen to original, it has that like retro feeling, and that retro feeling is the doubler. So if I take it off, big difference. So that doubler is doing the biggest thing for the vibe of the song. We have some reverb, and then also it's going out to some delay. I put a reverb on the delay just because I think it sounds good, and that's probably how they had it in the original. Ad-libs, I didn't really nail the ad-libs because I got kind of lazy and I didn't really hear too many, but what I did for the ad-libs was I just copied the main vocal chain and I added a chorus and a flangus. And then also I added some more reverb and delays. And I routed it out to the doubler track too. So yeah, another thing is I created an automation track for the delay, because at this part right here, I heard that they kind of upped the delay at that certain part, so I just kind of did this similar thing. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the biggest thing is you just want to sound like Tory, and then you also want to have a clean vocal chain with the doubler. The doubler is doing probably the biggest thing. And if you guys want this vocal chain, it's on the website. And if you guys want a discount, follow me on IG and DM me discount. So yeah, to end this video, let's just play it all the way through and I'll show you how I got the sound for Tory Lanez Hurts Me.